have extended here to Baltimore. 11 News I-Team reporter David Collins is live downtown at McKeldin Square. He joins us live with the very latest. David?
Well, those protesters are now on the move. They had gathered on the sidewalk right down there, and as they left, they were chanting, "Stop, I can't breathe, no justice, no peace." Some were carrying signs saying, "On strike against racism and stop police terror." Captain Roy with Sky Team 11 is following their movement. They said to be traveling toward the lighting of the Washington Monument. Captain Roy, where are they?
David, you're absolutely correct. Right now, they're at about the 400 block of North Charles Street. About 80 to 100 protesters here pretty much have blocked northbound traffic on Charles Street as they work their way up towards the monument. Now, City Police is diverting traffic. They're making sure they keep the situation here diffused as much as possible, but be expected for some major problems as far as traffic tie-ups here off of Charles Street. Reporting in Sky Team 11, I'm Captain Roy Taylor. David, back to you.
Thank you, Captain Roy. There are a number of solutions being discussed out here on the street, and some involve the General Assembly. The silent demonstration set an appropriate somber tone. It was a show of strength, crying without noise or tears. Student leaders believe marching in silence will make their points sharper, louder, and clearer than looting, screaming, or fighting. Dozens of students carried handwritten messages to Truth Hall, otherwise known as the Administration Building, and to the desk of University President Dr. David Wilson, who was away in D.C. on business. The notes expressed what the police-involved deaths mean to them.
It's justice, equality, and security for ourselves.
It was 2014. This should not be happening right now.
As a young African-American student, as just the future of this generation, as the future of this world, I will not stand for these frequent injustices, nor will I stand for a corrupt system.
They want Dr. Wilson to go to Annapolis and explain to state political leaders, who have the power to make sea changes in social and legal issues, that his students are concerned about their safety and future. They are tired, frustrated, and upset because they don't see change even on the horizon. Civil rights leaders in Baltimore are with them. They decry a New York grand jury's decision not to charge a white police officer in the chokehold death of Eric Gardner. They support police body cams to help deter miscarriages of justice. Baltimore City officers are not authorized to use chokeholds. Civil rights and defense attorney A. Dwight Pettit doesn't recall any cases in which they did. He believes if the General Assembly lists the $200,000 cap on civil awards in police brutality cases, the expense will expedite change. Otherwise, he supports establishing a special prosecutor or expanding the role of the state prosecutor's office to handle these cases. He says state's attorneys are too close to police.
Therefore, they have built-in prejudice, and they're not able to be objective in their determination of criminal conduct by the police or police department.
Meanwhile, back at Morgan, the silent protest spilled into a courtyard, becoming part prayer vigil, part rally.
But our educated black men are being killed too, in two ways. They're being put in the grave and they're being bought out by a system that has never served you or me correctly.
Students are being urged to use their major to make a difference in their community.
We would use what we gain from our institution to change the system so that no one will ever vandalize when they get upset. We will use what we learn to change the policies that brought us to protesting, the policies that brought us to the fight.
If the General Assembly is inclined to establish a special prosecutor or expand the state prosecutor's office, they will also have to include additional resources so they can investigate these type cases. Reporting live from downtown, David Collins, WVAL TV 11 News.
David, thank you.